Hey guys, I'm Phoenix and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to show you some of the things that I recommend you do when you are fresh out of season. With 4th season graduation right around the corner and early graduation available now, I feel like some of you might be lacking the direction and wondering where you might need to go from that point on. There are a lot of things to do in BDO, so it can be very overwhelming, so hopefully this sort of breaks things down a little bit for you and gives you a little bit more sense on what is going on and what you need to do. If you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and hit that notification bell to get notified when new videos go live. So when you graduate season, you should be sitting at about 241 AP, 243 Awakening AP, and 305 DP. Now this is going to put you in a really good place to start playing catch up to some of the older veteran players. The first thing that I recommend you do is start working on your adventure logs. So adventure logs are a really neat thing in the game where they can give you a ton of cool rewards, fail stacks, pets, additional AP DP, so I highly recommend that you start working on those. When you open up the adventure log window, you're going to see that there are a ton of logs to work on. So I'm going to share with you the ones that I recommend you start on first. First, we're going to work on our Bartali's log. That one is going to give you 4 AP, 2 DP, 200 stacks, and a really cool black spirit that you can choose to change your current one into. Next up is going to be Deeves. Deeves is going to give you 1 AP, a Desert Fox pet, which that Desert Fox pet actually has a permanent drop rate increase on it, which can range anywhere from 1% at tier 1 to 4% at tier 4. The next one you're going to work on is the Dorn Morgan book. That one is going to give you 1 AP, 1 DP, and it has an awesome feature to it that whenever you turn in an item, you are going to get a drop rate increase buff that can range from 10 to 20% and 5 to 24 hours. I really want to stress at this point that when you are turning in your items for the Dorn Morgan book, that you only turn in one at a time so you can make full use of these buffs, as I made the mistake of turning everything in at once and really regretted it as I was only able to have a 24-hour buff at the end of it all. So please don't make that same mistake and turn everything in one at a time. The next part is going to be treasure items. Now, why treasure items? Well, with your current AP, now is going to be a great time to start working towards this goal. A lot of people tend to get to some really high AP before deciding that they might want an infinite potion of some sort, and then they end up spending a lot of their time grinding in a low-end grind zone when they could be making money elsewhere. So I highly recommend that you start working on this now. In addition to these treasure items that you can get, you can also obtain a ton of knowledge and diversify your locations, and this in turn is going to help get you a permanent item drop rate increase based on the amount of knowledge that you have, as well as a higher energy reserve. So the locations that I recommend are going to be Bloodwolves, Ronros, and Shuriken for your infinite HP potion, Shira, Monshams, and Navarn Steppe for your infinite MP potion, and keep in mind Navarn Steppes is a location where you are going to have to gather the mob with a tanning knife after killing them in order to obtain this piece, Sulfur Mine and Pilaku for the map, and Akhmins and Histria for the compass piece. Now, every place that I mentioned before Akhmins and Histria is within your AP range with your full Pen Tuvula gear. Akhmin and Histria is a little bit beyond that, but you can still do it with full Pen Tuvula. So the recommendation is 250 AP, but this is where how you kill the mobs and knowing their mechanics starts coming into play. With Akhmin mobs, you are going to have to float them and then do damage with down attack so that you can do more damage to them, whereas the Histria mobs cannot be CC'd, but then you would have to go behind them and do back attack damage on them in order to get the most value out of your AP. This can seem like a challenge, but it is doable, I guarantee you. It might be easier with some classes rather than other classes, but feel free to pop in there and give them a shot. If not, you can wait a little bit longer to start doing Akhmin and Histria, as I'm sure all of the other locations are going to take up quite a bit of your time. Now remember how I mentioned Dorn Morgan and his buffs? this is going to be a good place to start utilizing those buffs, so make sure that you are picking them up as you are starting to grind these locations. In addition to all of this, the Caphras update has really bumped up the value of these locations for newer beginner players, as now you can make a lot more money than most of us were making when we were going for our pieces. These few places that I've mentioned are going to be great for you to start working on learning how to grind and saving up money for your next upgrades. The third thing I want to talk about is going to be your worker empire. Now I know this can sound super daunting with all of the nodes across the map and all of the different workers and their levels and their skills, but trust me, it is not as scary as you think, and it does not have to be as overwhelming for you as it was for me. While you don't have to go through everything, the thing that I would recommend you start doing is placing some workers on gathering nodes and then begin stockpiling those materials either for the future or for you to start selling for profit as a little bit of an AFK income source. Just getting started now will be so useful to you later. Now there are a million things that you can do in the crazy world of BDO. These are just some of the top 3 things that I recommend you at least get started on doing now while you are out of season. By out of season, I mean you have completed all of your Pantuvula, done all of your Black Spirit season pass and all of the season things that you need to do, but it certainly can be more valuable to stay in season while gathering season materials and then just selling them for extra profit compared to being on normal servers. It's entirely up to you. Now, if you guys want a more detailed walkthrough on the logs I mentioned earlier, or you are interested in learning about the treasure spots and how much money you can expect to make from there, or you just want to dive deeper into building your worker empire, let me know in the comments down below and I'll make sure to make some detailed guides on that for you guys as well. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram or join the Discord to get some extra help. We have a wonderful community of people there that are always willing to help out others as well as myself. And catch me live on stream, twitch.tv/Phoenix. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye!